Okay, we've made it to episode 2, and baby, I was not ready. Because what do you mean, where's your husband? He's standing right in front of you. Before we move on to our new couples, we have to wrap up where they left us off in episode 1 with Adam and Marissa. Remember, I said they left us with a cliffhanger that Adam and Marissa actually know each other. So, come to find out, they know each other because they met on a night out. Adam hit on Marissa. Marissa thought he was cute, and that was the end of it. It wasn't even anything that deep. They go on to the ceremony, they go on to the reception, and as they're talking, they realize we really don't even have a lot in common. Adam is sober, Marissa likes to drink. Adam is an outdoorsy, hiking, workout type of guy, and that's not Marissa's thing. So I'm sticking to my prediction that this is not going to last. Next up, we have Nick and Courtney. This union definitely comes with a warning label on it. First, Nick, how many reality TV shows have you been on? It seems like every conversation that came up at the reception, a new show was mentioned. One of the shows mentioned was The Circle. I actually watched The Circle, but I don't remember Nick. The Circle hasn't had a new season in a few years, but his face just doesn't ring a bell for me. The question is, why are you on this show? Because hopping from show to show, it's giving you're a little bit of a show whore. Now, I didn't say that. Actually, I did. But it's just not a good look. It makes it look like you're not here for the right reasons. Now, for Courtney, my concern with her is she has obvious abandonment issues. That's going to show up in one of three ways in this marriage. She's either going to be super clingy, super accusatory, or when they come across their first problem, she's going to run out of fear that he's going to leave her, so she's going to leave him first. Next up, we have Cameron and Michelle. You know, I was wondering, when you look at the weddings, why does it seem like none of the weddings have individual personality? Everybody's wedding kind of has the same feel to it. I'm pretty sure the show gives everybody a budget that you pretty much have to stick to. But does that mean you can't add your own budget to it? Enter Michelle. Michelle arrived in a horse drawn carriage. She set up a little scenery behind her and Cameron for the photo op. And the way that she walked down that aisle, confident with a beautiful smile on her face, she walked down the aisle like, I know y'all see me. I like her and I like her confidence. Now, Cameron, I'm not going to call him a red flag yet, but the conversation around Cameron is he's never been in a serious relationship. The reason why I can give him the slightest benefit of the doubt is because dating these days is complicated. He's saying every time he's tried to go there to get into a serious relationship, he's always met with some type of pushback. And I can kind of believe that. I think that these days people say they want a serious relationship, but they don't want to do what's required to maintain one. They want the aesthetic of a relationship. However, if it really is something that he's doing, like running from commitment or doing things that make people feel uncomfortable, that'll be revealed in this relationship. Next up, we have the couple that everybody is talking about for this episode. Shawn and Nikki. As soon as Shawn and Nikki appear on the screen, I was rooting for them. And I was rooting for them because this is the older couple on the cast. So immediately I'm like, yes, this is the love story where it's never too late to find your person. They're going to fall in love. And this is the couple that's going to make it. Um, Nikki is 46. I think they said Shawn was 48, 47, 48. But as I started to listen to their interview, it started to become clear like, oh, maybe this is not it. Let's start with Shawn. Shawn is an educator. He mentioned that he has obtained his doctorate. And as he's telling his story, he talks about how he grew up pretty sheltered. Some examples that he gave was that some of the things that most of us experience at a younger age, he experienced later on in life, like dating and losing his virginity. Those are things that he experienced at a later age. And I think his purpose in sharing that was just to give context on the question of like, why now? Why later on in life do you want to get married now? One of the questions that was asked that I did find a little funny and interesting was, what does your ideal mate look like? And he said Lisa Leslie because he likes long legs. Now, I don't know off the top of my head how tall Lisa Leslie is, but I'm pretty sure she's over 6 feet. Shawn is our short king, standing at a nice 5'6". Now, Shawn, you not wrong. If you want you a tall queen, you go get you a tall queen. I just don't know a lot of tall women that's into short men. They exist. I just don't know a lot of them. So when he said that, my first thought was, I'm sure that has hindered him in his dating life. He also goes on to talk about how he doesn't want to settle for his mate and how he wants her, I guess, perfect in every aspect. Before I move on to Nikki, Shawn, there are rumors out here circulating about you. And I'm not going to repeat them because we listen and we don't judge. But I hope you're not on here playing. I hope you're not on here playing with someone's feelings. I hope you're not on here playing when someone who could have been genuinely looking for love could have taken your spot. So I hope these rumors are not true. Nikki. Nikki works in tech. She's very successful. And one of the conversations during her interviews was around her job and her salary. And initially, I did not like this conversation. I didn't like the conversation because it felt like, and stay with me because I did have to think about it for a second. But I didn't like this conversation because it felt like out of everybody on the cast, why is the black woman made to feel like she has to shrink herself in order to participate? The conversation was around her salary because she says she prefers for her person to make as much as her or more because she wants to be with a provider. And the matchmaker was asking her, well, how much can we come down from that number? And she seemed a little hesitant at first, but she did agree to come down from that number. And like I said, initially I was like, well, why does she have to come down from that number? But I thought about it, and here's the true fact about that. Nikki makes above the average salary in the US, period, without putting any type of demographic on it. She just does. So already saying that you want someone to meet you or beat you shrinks your dating pool. And then you put a demographic on it, black men. Black men make 70 to 87 cents less than white men on average. So now you're really shrinking your dating pool. And I think what the matchmaker is trying to get her to understand is that it's not that it's impossible, it's just that when you put such tight criteria on finding your person, um it just makes it more difficult. Now, I'm not saying she can't find a black man who makes more than her. That's not what I'm saying. There are definitely black men that make more than her out there, I'm sure. But statistically, it just makes it harder for her. Also, keep in mind the matchmaker is well aware of who he has available on the show to match with her. So he knows whether or not he has someone who can meet or beat her in salary, and he really wants to match her with someone. So it's like, I need you to come down off of that number a little bit. Let's go ahead and talk about the wedding because that's where things really get crazy. So we make it to the wedding, and Nikki is walking down the aisle looking absolutely gorgeous. So as she's walking down the aisle, you can already tell something is off here because she's greeting everyone, her family and friends. She's greeting Shawn's family and friends, and everybody is captivated by her beauty. And you notice that she's not really looking up at the altar. Now, true enough, the groom has to be turned around until she actually makes it up to the front. But even so, out of curiosity, she's still not looking up there. So she finally makes it up to the front and still hasn't looked at him. He turns around, he sees her, and he's like, oh, wow, she's gorgeous. She still will not look at him like he's invisible. One of her bridesmaids takes her flowers. She's still looking everywhere else but him. And then she says, and I quote, what do I do? Stand here until my husband gets here? Ma'am, ma'am, he's standing right in front of you. What do you mean? I had to pause it, y'all, because I was hollering like, oh my God. And I'm like, is she serious or is she joking? I really think she was serious because I think she thought to herself, there's no way on earth this man is mine. The look on her face when they said, Nikki, this is Shawn, Shawn, this is Nikki, her face completely melted. And she had a look on her face like, I know you lying. Sis, that's your man. That's your man, sis. I couldn't believe she said that. Like, who did you think that was standing up there, girl? I, I, yeah. And that's where they left us. They left us with our jaw on the floor. And I'm not sure how the behind the scenes works. Like, do they sign something that says they can't back out of the wedding because our friend Nikki is ready to run for the hills? I don't know if she's gonna make it. We got to go to episode 3 and see what happens because I'm not sure what to expect. Well, let's head to episode 3, y'all, and see what happens. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see y'all in episode 3.